This is a KISS original on 101.9 KISS FM. The geekdom is spreading. It is present at almost every turn. And it's only a matter of time before it comes for you.
Nothing in our solar system can help us.
Let the Geek Patrol be your guide as you delve into the worlds of science, gaming, and pop culture. This is Geek Tank Radio.
Welcome, everyone. We are the Geek Patrol, and our microphones don't have a stun setting. This season of Geek Tank Radio is brought to you by the Society for the Protection of 50-Year-Old Babies. Now that Star Wars has given us a character to rally around, our movement is only going to grow stronger. So if you're a grown man whose life has been ruined by Star Wars, join the Society for the Protection of 50-Year-Old Babies. Sign me up, man. Ryan Johnson.
By the way, this also works for 30-somethings who have a stick up their booty, too.
All ages are welcome.
I pointed to the guy next to me.
We're in charge.
I'm in, Joe.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Absolutely, man.
Because apparently you can't have an opinion and not be called a man baby anymore.
That's right, man
Exactly.
baby.
It's not about whether or not you have the opinion. It's the fact that a year later you're still crying about it.
Hey, and we will continue to cry, my friend.
Director, by the way.
Yeah. And so anyway, welcome to Geek Tank, everybody. Yeah, it's time we've been empowered.
Can I say something, Joe?
Yeah, here we go. See,
When Andy when Andy and Joe first started their anti-Ryan Johnson, anti-Last Jedi thing, they had opinions that actually mattered. They were relevant. But now they cry. And they're grown men.
Who's crying?
Oh, I saw. Well, let's just say that
Sarah
you're not.
McLachlan plays every time you talk about it.
Let's just say because of your man baby hate, I'm not allowed to have you on panels at
In the
NCSC
arms of Luke Skywalker.
I didn't know this thing would take
anymore.
such
Joe.
Okay. Wow, that took a turn. We need a segment just for.
From here.
Yeah.
I have a backing track. It just follows me.
I am kind of curious though.
There's just a tiny cloud that's always floating above your head, Andy.
There's a tiny Yoda like in pans to like tiny Yodas in cages and stuff.
Make this actually become an acronym that says something
Well, I was working on it actually.
like SAC.
It came out to FART.
Because you're a
so
sad sack.
Everything comes out to fart to you.
Anyway, welcome to Geek Tank, everybody. Yeah, this sounds like it needs its own. It warrants its own discussion with this one. Huh?
2 minutes in and we're still flapping.
I think Jon
wind.
Favreau's trolling everybody. He creates a 50-year-old baby character, and we're not supposed to, pick up on that.
Filoni created Baby Yoda.
Okay,
Dave
David,
Filoni.
way to go, man.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, it's post MCFC, so we're gonna, we can
Take out the
laser
pieces.
focus back on Geek Tank Radio. So we've got
I'm sorry, that's the funniest joke of the entire show.
absolutely. So Alan, you've got some great science involving Heliogen, whatever that is. It sounds like a kind of booze that you make in your garage.
Sounds tasty.
Yeah, later.
Women arrested for heliogen found in a basement.
Brody, I think this counts. There is one of the biggest sports scandals going on using electronics in Houston, and so I feel like it's geeky in a sense because it's technology.
You know what? I let this go, all right, and I passed this because, in my opinion, the biggest in plain sight hidden LARP in the planet is fantasy football.
Yeah, they're geeks. You
are all nerds.
Fantasy sports in general.
You
Fantasy
are all
sports.
nerds. Congratulations, you picked your team. It doesn't exist. You're nerds.
Sports fans have been cosplaying for years. Have you ever seen a stadium?
I dress up every single in my jersey. You don't play, sir.
Yeah.
I love when sports fans are like, "We won." It's like you didn't do
You
jack.
didn't do it. And I raise my hand because I'm like, my Steelers. First of all, I don't own the team.
Yeah. Wow. It's pretty. It's
Clap that back, Brody. Clap it back one more
It's my
time.
team, and I did it.
It really says something when you can trigger this many people just in the intro of the show. So everybody
That'll be a good
strap
one,
in
baby.
for this season of Geek Tank Radio.
Geek Tank Radio. More below and on 1019kissfm.com. Keyword Geek Tank. No matter what nefarious plan he has cooked up, Alan always keeps it educational. Get banished to Professor Gilbreth's Science Corner.
I have been waiting to say the words billionaires and secrets for a while.
That's
Say that every
say
week,
that.
man.
It's not hard to do.
Yeah,
No.
Every day.
No.
Every day.
A
Elon
whole
Musk, I mean,
company just came out of stealth mode.
Okay.
Wait, did you say a whole company came out
A
of
whole company. I don't mean some billionaire went and bought an island somewhere and didn't bother telling anybody. I mean billionaire backed an entire energy company just suddenly appeared.
You know what I think immediately came to
Hello,
mind?
James Bond.
Well, immediately came to mind was one of those like giant StarCrafts that comes out of the cloaking. You know, it's like wow, 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 wow.
Does it
And you're
does
like,
it
oh,
have
wow.
a secret like volcano headquarters?
Da, da, da,
Funny
da,
you
da.
ask. Funny you ask. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about Heliogen, a clean energy company that just popped up last Tuesday.
Elon Musk.
Try again. Not Elon.
Richard Ransom.
No.
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates.
There we
What? Bill Gates, the clean drinking water
There you go.
guy. He's not evil.
go. Yeah.
Well, he has discovered a way to use artificial intelligence, Joe.
Big surprise.
Looking at
Yeah,
you. Looking
okay.
dead at you. And a field of mirrors.
Okay.
Not a baseball field, but a field of mirrors.
It's the Roman solar ray.
You ready?
Okay.
This baby goes over 1,000 degrees Celsius.
That's ridiculous.
Using mirrors and the sun, it creates 1,000 degrees.
How
that makes sense.
Well,
If
what
you
kind of metal
reflect
do
it
they
enough.
use? They'd have to use. They couldn't use tungsten. Well, they could use tungsten.
Well, they're having a good time with this because the temperature barrier has been the real secret to solar.
yeah.
You can have little solar panels on your house and it creates a trickle charge.
But they get too hot.
And, well, they eventually are going to get used up because
Right.
solar radiation is actually pretty tough.
Right.
It'll beat you down a little
It's
bit.
brutal. It's brutal.
So, but it is clean energy.
Right.
So now we'll pick on Elon a moment and throw in the Tesla battery for your house.
Right.
And now you can charge your house up. But that doesn't really get us to the big stuff.
Want
We're
city-wide
talking
cities
industrial.
and-
Right.
yeah.
We're talking industrial.
You want the
use.
Sears Tower to be powered by solar.
Right. Without
Well-
changing every window in
Right.
the damn thing.
Right.
How about let's step up to solar power to power drilling for water, or solar power used in the creation of cement. Considering that is one of the biggest uses in our planet right now, we're
Solar
concreting
powered
everything.
Solar powered cars.
How about enough solar power to run that entire turbine?
You know what, Joe?
Okay.
I saw another thing. Speaking of solar-powered cars, we won't have solar-powered cars. We'll have solar-powered roadways, which power our cars.
Right. Yeah. Alan's talking about smart roads.
Well, oh yeah, we've talked about smart roads in the past, and we'll have one coming up soon. But this is just such a huge leap forward in being able to concentrate solar
Okay,
power.
but how are they collecting that? I mean, because 1,000 degrees, that's really hot. That means
It's-
that's up in the stratosphere. I
It's
mean,
hotter than the sun.
yeah, I mean,
No.
No, it's
What? No.
yeah,
Millions.
it's relative to heat from the sun.
What?
Yeah, this is
that's
I thought it's like 1,000,000 degrees on the sun.
well, it's 1,000 degrees Celsius.
Fahrenheit, it gets way up there.
Huh.
But
Okay.
they're different scales.
All right. It's
sliding
hot.
scale. It's hot. Yeah,
That
it's
melts
stupid
metal,
hot.
right,
It's hot.
Alan?
That's what I'm saying. It melts metal.
We passed that a while ago. Now, talking about smelting.
It turns
again,
metal into air.
well, this technology could
Yeah.
be used in steel making.
Okay.
So things that require massive amounts of heat. In other words, massive amounts of energy.
Yeah.
These technologies could be used to collect or channel or just directly use it.
Alan, where are they putting this though? That's what I don't understand. Is like,
Yeah. What do you
because-
do with the heat?
Yeah, you have radiated heat from that because heat isn't like something that you can just like, oh, it's just right here, it's okay. Heat is like a radiating thing.
Correct.
You got to transfer it somewhere.
Right.
Correct. Now, here's the cool thing with all this. Because this is an AI controlled array, it can be built pretty much almost any place. Okay, so it doesn't have to be out in the middle of the desert somewhere. So pretty much any place, especially in the South.
Well, I don't know.
we
That'd
could
be
have-
pretty smart to put them all in the desert.
Well, out in the desert's easy.
Yeah.
But, we're right here in the Mid-South. We're right here at the top of the Delta. We got a lot of flat land. We got a lot of sunshine.
Yeah, but we use that for farming
We-
and agriculture.
not all of it.
You're taking a food.
Can you pipe this
You're
stuff
gonna
out?
corn.
Well,
Can
but
you
here's
run
the
it
thing.
like a pipeline of heat?
Well, here's the thing. Let's back it down from its true potential of over 1,000 degrees Celsius, and let's focus this on something that will collect the heat, aka some type of receptor, be metallic, that would begin to channel that heat to wherever you needed it. Mm-hmm. Now, once you've got that, you can either generate electricity with it, you can just use the heat directly, You can turn around and even aim it at a single point. So
like your
lasers.
enemies.
Yes, laser beams.
So like,
Didn't they do that in The Force Awakens? I mean, we saw where that went, but
Yeah,
Well,
Death
I was-
Stars. Oh my gosh, we've got mini Death Stars.
yeah.
Well,
okay.
this is my question. In order to develop a piece of technology that can burn at over 1,000 degrees Celsius, what what kind of materials are they using that aren't immediately being dissipated?
That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
tungsten.
But
would be
here's the
only metal.
point. You're using a mirror, and each individual mirror is not being subjected to this kind of stress.
So it's
Okay.
just a collective.
It's a
unit.
mirror
It's
array.
literally a Death Star.
Yeah.
It's a whole bunch
Yes.
of like.
It's a whole lot of little mirrors.
Okay.
All AI.
It's the Roman death ray.
It is exactly that.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, Brody, you really brought it up because there's the picture.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it is exactly.
It is the Roman death
Yeah,
ray.
it's-
So
yeah.
back
So
in,
one mirror might have 200 degrees, but concentrated together.
Well,
they
there's
create a
stories
beam.
None of the mirrors
Yeah.
are going to escalate in the heat.
Yeah.
Each one is going to be collecting and concentrating because of the shape of the mirror. It's going to be like a reverse magnifying glass.
yeah.
All right, so you took a magnifying glass when you were a kid, and you held it up, and you got the sunlight, you got the
Yeah,
tiny
yeah.
little point,
Right.
and that's exactly what we're doing. But now we're going to point that, and let's just say, instead of pointing it at anything in particular, let's use it to separate out hydrogen.
Or point it
And
in the
just-
ground and drill with a light beam instead of
There
Or
we
point it at
go.
a different planet and blow it to smithereens.
yeah, just for fun. Blow up Mars, man.
Yeah.
Just end this Elon stuff. For
Yeah, oh my God.
I'll show you.
I would say Bill Gates
Screw
gonna
your car.
he's going to be signing his name on the front of the planet. There you
Yeah,
go.
so for a fee, Alan, you can engrave your name onto the moon
I was
and
about to
give it
say.
to your fiance.
This is back when Batman reveals Superman's secret identity to the world. So then
Yeah.
Superman just burns Batman is Bruce Wayne into the side of the moon.
There you go, man.
Well,
okay.
so things that take massive amounts of energy, like creating a lot of hydrogen. Well, the holy thing holding us back from having hydrogen as a constant gas is literally the cost of obtaining it. Mm-hmm. You split water,
Right.
and you got hydrogen.
Which,
you got
by
oxygen.
the way, is not an abundant thing.
But we could
We're running out of water.
Well, but we could split them, and the waste product of burning hydrogen is water.
Well, that's not too bad.
Alan, are they going to use this to terraform Mars?
Well, right now they're looking at it as possible smelting, possible hydrogen, looking at this as a true green technology because it does not produce CO2.
And I'm looking at it to blow up my enemies.
Yeah, if we don't live in a Star Trek world, they're
Allie's
going to
just
use it as
shaking
a
her head.
weapon.
Allie's just shaking her head like, nope. The
See-
world is going to be destroyed by
It's
this
a
thing.
no-brainer.
Unless you can somehow manage to convince all the oil companies that this is a good idea and they can still make millions of dollars off of it. We're still going to have fossil fuels. We're still going to destroy our planet. They're still going to use that to burn up our enemies who aren't really enemies. It's not going to be good. We don't live in a Star Trek world. All new technology is bad.
Oh, you pessimist.
Get off her lawn.
Great.
Yeah,
Wow.
give me a
Great.
break. Yeah.
Would you like to borrow my cane?
Jeez.
In a perfect world, yes, this would be super neato, and I love it. But you know what?
It is neato, except for the fact that this is run by billionaires who
Are not neato people. They're all bad.
Well, I don't know. I say that because Bill Gates is the good guy. Like, he literally reinvented Africa in these just because of a straw. Like, he gave them away to these people who did not have viable drinking water.
Right.
Now they could literally drink poop water and it's clean.
It filters it out,
It filters it out. These are amazingly brilliant straws that revolutionized. This is the guy who developed this, okay? I don't know. I think this is going to be used for good because it's Bill Gates. And he's like the nerdiest guy ever, and I don't think he has a mean bone in his body.
Yeah, until they murder Bill Gates and take it from him.
Gosh. Okay. Yeah.
Pow!
So
That's the world we live in, baby.
Until Bill Gates.
Linda's the issue.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's a shrewd businesswoman.
Yeah, but she's the one that kept this company in cloak until Bill, like, I don't know, let the cat out of the bag and was like,
Oh, yeah, by the way, did you see my cool new company?
and they're like, what company? He's like,
Oh, the one we've been hiding for years.
Yeah.
They were hiding it for a
works now.
reason.
yeah. I don't know, man. The bigger issue here, Alan, is what sci-fi movies does this tie into? Because it's obviously a ripoff of
It's
the
not.
Death Star.
It's the Roman.
It's like,
It's the Roman death ray.
This goes back in history that the rumor was they could protect the harbor by aiming enough mirrors at a ship,
Right.
Okay.
and catching it on fire.
They anything would be set on fire, and they would put the harbor. They would grease the harbors in this Roman village,
and light it up.
and they would light the water on fire. So literally, the fire would burn on top of the water, and these ships would go
Catch
through
on
the
fire,
fire,
yeah.
and they would burn down to the ground.
Do you ever wonder, like, how far we could be in science if that one library hadn't burned down?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you're doing that, just go to Detroit and you could battle out there,
That's what
and
I'm
you
saying.
don't
You
even
could
have
just
to
set
grease
Chicago on fire,
Yeah,
literally,
just light
just
that
shoot
lake
one of
up.
these
Just
rays
set
up.
the river on fire. Let's not do that
It's
again.
happened once in
Yes, it
Cleveland.
did.
Hey,
Yeah.
look, Memphis would not be far down on that list of cities that need to be
It doesn't
burned.
trickle down that far. Where are we?
Yeah. All right.
Now, Blytheville would be smoking ashes.
So, Alan,
Light up
This
Nashville,
is where
please.
this is eventually going to go, Allie, is somebody is going to get their hands on this technology
And
who's
just
an
be
idiot
burning
like
cities.
him.
You
And they're
know,
going to go,
Burn! Boom!
you know the series of unfortunate events. Their little eye thing,
right.
just lighting things on fire.
Count Olaf led the way. That's true.
You're on fire! You're on fire! You're on fire!
you know
Why,
who
why
I,
does
you know who
suddenly
I really
hear
don't
War
like?
of the Worlds?
You know who I really don't like? Australians.
Yeah. Boom.
Oh,
They're already on fire.
That's not true. I love Australia.
I
Everybody
apologize
loves
to our
them.
I
Australian
come from a
listeners.
land down. Oh God, we're on fire!
Yeah. All right. Well, Alan, you've
Not
stirred
funny.
quite a bit of
Not funny.
controversy here.
I think we've stirred all we can stir.
We're going home.
Geek Tank Radio energized by
Darko Crescent Media, an indie publisher and media provider offering everything from Alice in Memphis to mystery to young adult and everything in between. Get the latest at darkopress.com.
More Below and on 1019kissfm.com. Keyword Geek Tank. Gadgets,
Gizmos?
games.
Oh my.
These guys got their hands on it in the tank. Geek Tank Radio is on.
Interesting news this week, Andy.
Yes. We got a lot of new stuff. Well, Google Stadia launched, and nobody noticed.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's ready. It's not ready,
It's,
right?
It's never going to be ready because it's garbage.
It's a cool concept.
No, it's
and
not.
we all admit that it's a cool concept that you can play any game, anywhere,
I love how he
anytime.
just said we all admit it's a cool concept. I literally
Isn't that
said
the
it's not.
Switch,
It's
though?
I
dumb.
admit that it's a really cool concept.
It's stupid. It's never going to work right.
It is so cool. You could literally be watching, and I understand what they're going with. You could be watching a video of somebody playing a game, right?
Yes.
Any game. And then basically join in on the game wherever they are.
Okay. That doesn't work for the vast majority of games that people watch people play on YouTube.
I don't know. I would... Okay, take Death Stranding, our walkthrough.
Yes, we watched Death Stranding because
Okay.
neither one of us could play it.
Right. Well, I didn't want
We're not getting into this, Brody. It's going to be like a whole 2-hour conversation.
By the way, Allie and I had a giant fight on
Yes,
our messenger.
in our group.
I was
Eventually, you will
Trying
become a
to
Patreon.
work.
When you can become a full-fledged Geek Patroller and can join in on the conversations on our messenger chat, you will be privy to those kind of fights. But in any event, I wouldn't mind having a test run of a game before I buy it and purchase it, soft purchase it through Stadia and be able to play it a little bit.
Stevia is a fake sugar. Stadia is what?
No, Stevia, it's a
Stevia
fake
is an
sugar.
all-natural sweetener. It's not a fake sugar. That being said, Andy's right.
Anyway,
Stevia
that's what
going to be kinda
Blockbuster
cool.
Video was for when we were kids.
Exactly. This is the Blockbuster Video of online gaming.
Except you have to pay
there isn't-
$129 for the core package, and then you have to pay $10 a month to be able to use it.
Don't
For
they already
$10 a-
have like a subscription service for video games?
Steam.
Yes. Yeah, you can do it for Steam, which is free. You can pay the exact same amount of money in a subscription, either for PlayStation Now or for Xbox Game Pass, and you get hundreds of games as opposed to the
Yeah, I was like, we got
20?
Game Pass. We got
except-
that one.
as opposed to the 20 or so that Stadia launched with. Also,
I think it's a
the
cool
service has been terrible. It's been crashing like crazy. A bunch of the people who bought it haven't gotten their stuff yet, even though it launched several days ago.
Yeah.
Love that.
It's been an absolute dumpster fire, and I'm laughing in Google's face about it because
I guess
They
they should have
never-
signed up with Prime. Make
they-
sure you got your stuff there, huh?
right? They shouldn't have attempted this in the first place.
Okay. If we're going back to should they have done it? No, the relationship should have never started to begin with. But hindsight's 2020. Okay,
It's like how BioWare was forced to make Anthem by EA. Should they have done it? No.
but they did.
And now
it's
they have
out
to
there.
Now they have to do it again. That's a piece of gaming news that came out this week. They're literally just remaking Anthem.
Is that the one with the flying suits?
Yes, the Iron Man suits that look that have
that's
like
a fun game.
No, it looked cool.
it looked cool.
I watched someone play. It seemed like fun.
It seemed okay.
It did not deliver on what was
You know what it
promised,
was?
and is horribly buggy.
It was what was that game that my brother plays that all the time. I can't think of it, and it's got like 30,000.
Are you thinking of Destiny?
Destiny, yeah.
Yeah. Anthem was supposed to be a Destiny killer, and instead it killed itself.
I'm going to kill you. I'll kill you.
All right, the game did not get the instructions pointing in goes towards the bad guy.
It did not. No.
Okay,
No.
I'm just asking.
It did not.
All right, I read all the specs and everything on this device.
The
and-
Stadia?
Yeah,
Stadia.
As the
Here we go.
as the
I called it Stevia the first time we did this story. I think I'm
You're
entitled
right.
to
Yeah,
call it
it's our-
Stevia.
it's-
again.
we're just
it just
staying there.
feels so artificial, but Okay, I'm reading this thing, and
It took me a second, but I like it. Huh?
there you go. All right, yeah, it took you a minute. You give it 2, 3,
I got it.
and
I
there
got
you go.
there.
All right.
Okay.
All right, I was trying to figure out what were they trying to sell it as. As a recreational,
What is it?
As a recreational, I'm looking at this going, all right, why would I buy this? Of course, I've got nieces and nephews that'd be like, because it's got a shiny package. But honestly, I was like, all right, it connects to everything. Yay. I could care less because I'm not going to play everything. How is it going to bump off something on your desk?
I don't think it does.
And that was the number one question I had for it. How does this muscle its way
Into your console
onto the desk?
Yeah.
Because you've already got how many devices?
Well, you've got 3 consoles that are actually
Yeah, that's the first thing is like when you're looking at it from a business perspective, how does this item replace the items that people have already had
And
have
paid
it,
for.
and have already paid for and have a pretty hardcore brand loyalty to, especially in the gaming scene.
Right.
Most people are either hardcore Xbox players or they're hardcore PlayStation
And if
fans.
it's not going to replace it, it needs to add.
Yes,
Right.
if it's not going to
You can't-
replace
you
it, then
can't
it needs to
detract.
be.
I was like,
So,
because we
where's
have a
where's the value
PS4
added?
and an
Where's the
Xbox
VA?
in our house.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Now,
we have
we
a
want both.
PlayStation and we have a Nintendo Switch.
yeah,
we have all 3.
yeah, and most people who have a Switch,
I say we. My boyfriend has all 3.
And
most people who have a Switch will also have either one or the other. They'll leave either.
I'm
have an
looking at
Xbox or
Allie because
PlayStation.
her table is covered.
Yeah.
There's no
We got all the
room on
things.
this table. How is it going to muscle in on Allie's table?
Well, speaking of muscling in, the other big news that came through, which by the way, I think Stadia is dead in the water.
I don't think it's going to get any.
It's not going to gain any traction. It's dead.
And I tried to sell it. Okay, I
And
tried
the
to
thing
be
is,
the
like,
I'm just watching the hands wave at it. It goes, it was such a lovely idea.
Also, the
Okay.
controller just looks just like the
Xbox.
PlayStation.
It looks like an
It's
Xbox
stupid.
controller, yeah. And the thing is like it had a where it was coming in and where
Just
people
a
could really
Google
latch
Doc.
onto it was the $129 price point. Like that's way cheaper than what you get a PlayStation or an Xbox for.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
But what you're getting with that, the thing is with the Stadia, you had to be online all the time.
Right.
Like you have
Yeah, you
to
got to
be.
have really good internet.
And you have to have real because you're streaming stuff. You're not like it's
You're
not
not playing
you're not
it.
loading it from a disc that's in your console. It's being streamed
It's
to
not caching
Right.
an hour or two ahead of you. It is streaming.
Streaming from you. So if your internet gets interrupted, if your power goes out, well, I mean, if your power goes out, everything's gone anyway.
Yeah.
But,
Unless you're on a generator.
yeah, unless you got a generator. But if your internet gets interrupted, your service goes down, whatever, you're SOL.
Yeah.
As far as all that stuff. So yeah, Stadia's.
Well, if your power goes out, you're still playing Nintendo Switch.
yeah, it's like you can
that's
still-
true.
Switch it
but
up. Switch it
so Stadia is probably just dead in the water. But we'll keep an eye on it. But the other big gaming news for this week was that the nominees for the Game Awards for this year were announced. And I'm intrigued.
I have my thoughts.
I have thoughts.
I bet you do.
I'm intrigued at some of the choices.
I bet you
here.
both do.
Game of the year.
Game of the year. we start with the big one,
yeah, the big one and probably the winner is Death Stranding.
which should not be on that list.
I disagree strongly. We've been over this.
However,
Allie and I
ones-
will have a discussion. Okay, we're going to duke it out on a Beyond the Tank episode coming out later next week. Okay, and we will fight it out. Okay,
Good.
and
I'm ready.
Yes, we're ready to go with that. But the Game of the Year titles
Okay,
include.
game of the year. Game of the year is Control, which I'm really excited to see on that list because it was an incredible game. Death Stranding, the remake of Resident Evil 2, which I don't think is fair.
No, that's not.
It's
that's-
a remake. It
no,
shouldn't be on that list.
No. Get out.
Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice
Awesome game.
from the makers of Dark Souls.
I need to play it. It looks
awesome
so good.
game.
It's an awesome game.
Well,
Smash Brothers.
Well, you saw Jedi Fallen Order, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you saw Sekiro.
Smash Brothers Ultimate.
I think that's dumb.
Yeah, that's dumb.
What's wrong with y'all? Smash.
It's dumb.
It's not a
because
Game
it's
Award
a recurring
winning.
title. It's like it was cool like the first time it came out. Now it's like okay, it's the same thing as Resident Evil 2 remake.
Okay, so first of all, Resident Evil 2, the remake, is phenomenal.
I'm not saying it's
no,
not
no,
pretty.
No. It's the same as like what's going on with Lizzo right now. The song she's nominated for came out 3 years ago, but it was on it's a new track it's a track on her new album. Therefore, it counts. Therefore, Resident Evil 2 counts, and so does Smash because Smash is amazing.
Smash is super fun. I love
and
playing
Andy
it.
don't agree on a lot when it comes to video games because we got different tastes.
Right.
Usually, it's just us and Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
Well, Smash is up there
Smash
with
is
us.
awesome. And lastly, in the game that should win is The Outer Worlds.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm gonna give it up. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've been converted.
Outer Worlds is one of those games that's like, oh boy,
Yeah.
this is a big old game with a big old muster behind it.
Super.
It's
yeah.
super pretty.
Yes.
I like. It's hard.
Outer Worlds is
All right.
pretty.
Now,
The characters
don't
are
get
funny.
me wrong. Death Stranding,
like-
as far as aesthetically,
Yeah.
is
Well-
gorgeous.
Well, here's the thing. You and Allie want to do a Beyond the Tank where you get to argue about Death Stranding. I'm not gonna let you do it until you've both actually played the game and not just listen to other people or watch
I'm not-
walkthroughs.
well, the thing is like I have no desire to play an over-encumbered
also
shopping trip.
Also, that's like $60 that they would have to pay.
Allie's got access to a copy. Brody can come play.
I don't care to play it at all.
Okay.
Because I don't agree with the concept. But that's a Beyond the Tank issue.
Okay, action game of the year. Apex Legends, which I don't really think counts. It's a shooter.
That's action.
Action.
No, they have a different category for shooters.
Yeah.
That's why I say that. Apex could totally go in the shooter category.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like some musicals get nominated as comedies, and I hate it, but like that's the world we live in.
Astral Chain, which is on
It's
it's on the Switch. Made by Platinum Games, the same people who made like the original Bayonetta.
Yeah, it's
and stuff.
I say it's a fun game. I don't know if I would. It shouldn't get any traction at the awards.
Your winner.
The new Modern Warfare.
Unfortunately, that's going to be the winner.
I don't think that's going to be the winner.
No,
I
no.
think the next game is going to be the winner.
the new
DMC
Modern
5.
Devil May Cry.
Devil May
5.
Cry 5 is one of the best games that I played this year.
I hope that's the winner. You're right, Andy. But it's Call of Duty, and everybody bows to the whim of Call of Duty, just like they
No.
This latest
The money bows to Call of Duty.
Yeah, this latest Modern Warfare did not do things for the fans.
Yeah.
Fans were not happy with it.
Gears of War 5. Meh.
Same deal. It was just overly saturated with
third verse, same as the
DLC
first.
characters.
And
You can
Metro
play some
Exodus, which I didn't even hear anybody talking about.
You know what?
I didn't even realize it came out.
Right.
I saw it was on the list of things that were coming out this year. I didn't realize
I
it did.
forgot that was a thing.
Action adventure game of the year.
Yay!
Borderlands 3.
Yay!
Meh. Control again on the list, which I'm excited about. Death Stranding also on the list. Resident Evil 2. This is where
There's
most of
no
the game of the
action
year.
in.
This is where most of the game
There
of
is
the
in
year
the
candidates
last
came from.
in the last 10% of it.
Walk back.
It's
Walk the entire United Cities again.
We're not having this argument right now, Brody.
Sorry. Which, by the way, Borderlands should have been in the shooter category as well. Go ahead.
Let's see. Control, Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2 is in there. Sekiro's also in there. So apparently most of the game of the year candidates are action games. But the one that I think should win, even though it's technically a remake, and I know I said this about Resident Evil, is Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. Because that game is adorable and it looks like a ton of fun.
It also does not play in the same style or in the same way you played the original. So if you played it before, you aren't
feels like a new
prepared.
game.
It
I was
feels
like-
like a brand new game.
Dylan had fun with it, but I haven't seen him play it. I haven't seen him pick it back up again.
It's because he's been too busy trying to figure out what Death Stranding's all about.
Right.
Oh, Dylan's not playing Death Stranding.
Oh, is he playing Jedi Fallen Order?
He already beat it, but yeah, he played that.
Okay.
Awesome game.
Art
Awesome
direction. Control. Death Stranding.
Art
Grease.
direction, yes. Death Stranding.
Death Stranding can go for art direction. I'll be
Yes.
down for that. Or Control. Control's art direction is really, really good.
I don't know, Sekira's pretty
Grease. I don't know what that is.
Gris.
Sayonara Wild Hearts, which again looks kind of weird, like a biker gang. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, which had great art.
Yeah.
And Link's Awakening again.
Okay, I want
which
to
is also
step back
really
for a
cool.
second though, and that Sayonara, yeah, that looks like what would happen if Ruby became an actual video game that was worth it.
Yeah, true.
Sorry guys, I love Ruby, but that game was garbage.
Audio design is all games that we've already mentioned. Again, I think probably Control should go for that one, or maybe Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Death Stranding could pick up a lot of hardware.
I don't know. You know me when it comes to audio design, the Res Evil games are going to have that little thing because you hear them behind you, even without surround sound.
Yeah.
Community support. Now this is funny. I'm surprised they have an award for this at all. Apex Legends, Destiny 2. Because here's the description for the award: recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness.
Okay.
This is hysterical to me.
You know the cancer's going to win.
Yeah.
Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite,
Oh my god.
I told you the cancer's going to win.
and Rainbow Six Siege. If Fortnite doesn't win, no, listen. If Fortnite doesn't win, I'll bet you anything the game that does will be Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah.
Because that game's been out for forever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it still has a massive community support, and it still gets a ton of support from Ubisoft.
And it's one of the few systems out there that if you have a glitch, they fix it immediately.
They fix it right away. Content Creator of the Year. This is weird. Nope, not doing that.
No, we don't
Esports
care about
coach,
those. If they're
esports
not
events,
actually games, it doesn't matter.
Esport Game of the Year. This will go to Fortnite, probably, or League of Legends. Overwatch is in there, which I'm happy about. Counter-Strike, that's still in there? Wow.
This will be one of those where it was just nice to be nominated.
Yeah, esports host, esports player, esports team, family game, Luigi's Mansion 3. That's good.
Oh, yeah, that's the way.
That's not even a
cute.
question. Fighting game of the year. You'll be happy about this. MK11 is in the lead.
And if it doesn't win, then I'm burning it down.
Although Smash Brothers is in there too.
Yeah, but there's a better flow with 11.
Yeah.
There's a reason why it's got leads.
Indie game direction, games for impact. Wow, they have a ton of.
I think we've hit all the important things.
Yeah.
That's.
The thing is like.
Oh no! This is one I want to cover. Performances.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, actor performances.
Please say Norman Reedus is not on that list.
He's gonna be on the
Norman
list.
Reedus is on that
Damn
list. Ashley Birch in The Outer Worlds.
Okay.
I love Ashley Birch.
Yeah.
She's done a lot of other good work. Courtney Hope as Jesse Faden in Control.
I'm giving it to Courtney Hope.
She needs this award up, down, left, right, and center. What I'm upset. Well,
BA select start.
I was about to say what I'm upset about, but the game came out last year.
Yeah.
I was going to say either any of the characters from Spider-Man or anybody from God of War, but those were both 2018 games. Laura Bailey, I love Laura Bailey. She's amazing. But her performance of Kat Diaz in Gears 5 is not significant. And then they put Mads Mikkelsen and Norman Reedus in here from Death Stranding.
I don't know. Mads Mikkelsen does a damn good job with what he was given.
He does, yeah.
I can't
Better
stand
than
to listen to
Norman
Norman Reedus.
No. And Norman Reedus doesn't do any acting in that game.
I don't want to go. You have to go. Okay.
And that's
I don't care anything about connecting to US.
That's pretty much it.
Gonna
So do
fight
it.
you off.
Okay.
So that will be
Carry this baby. I don't want to carry this baby. Carry the baby. Okay.
that will be let's see. I believe
Go out in the rain. I don't want to. Do it anyway. Okay.
December 19th, I think.
Which basically just means that all we have
December
really
12th. Excuse me.
all we really have to look forward to for December 12th is a bunch of game trailers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that's what you really get at the Game Awards.
Yeah,
is-
Game
is
Awards-
trailers
We don't
on new
really.
games.
We're happy when games we like win, but we really don't care who wins. We know that space was bought.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
know who our winners are.
Yes. The winners in our hearts.
Yeah.
Horizon Zero Dawn forever.
We've talked about them,
We've played them.
and now we'll show you.
The all-new Twitch channel from Geek Tank Radio is here.
Go. Ready Player Geek.
where we unpack and dive into single-player, story-driven games, to fighters, to multiplayer shooters, to tabletop and card games, and everything in between.
And stay up to date with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Ready Player Geek.
Check us out now at twitch.tv/ReadyPlayerGeek.
Streaming every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday night at 8 Central.
If you can nerd out to it, they're talking about it. This is Geek Tank Radio.
All right, Brody, I'm looking at you on this because I feel like you and I are the ones that it might affect.
Did you just call us kindred spirits?
I think so. I mean, this is a sports.
No.
This
warrants a hug.
No, it's a sports story, but I think it ties very
Come
well.
on, Brody. Come
Okay.
here.
All right, never mind.
Anyway, I
We're
care
at
deeply
sports.
about this story because you guys know I'm a baseball fan and all that. As I never tire of telling you guys during
I
the
like
summer.
hot dogs.
No,
at
we've never
baseball
heard about the
games.
Cubs.
Yeah.
So I know a thing or two.
But honestly, Alan, this is one of the biggest scandals, honestly, in any sports history.
I agree.
So basically, what they've uncovered is that the Astros, who I was actually pulling for in 2017 because their city got wiped out by that hurricane.
I was just excited because everybody got free mattresses from that weirdo who literally
the guy
gave away $32 million worth of mattresses.
Mattress Max, yeah.
Yeah.
But so what they discovered was that
Great
there's
business plan
Yeah.
he had.
yeah.
Way to go, dummy.
Now, this may not sound as significant unless you really understand baseball, but they basically what they
You
found
hit a
out
ball
was
with a
that
stick. What's there to understand? But go
no,
ahead.
Brody, but they discovered that the Astros had this system, and it's actually a pretty simple system, but it's totally illegal. They had a camera out somewhere in center field, like a tiny micro camera, and they would watch the catcher giving the signs of what pitch is coming next, which is actually pretty easy to decipher. It's not that hard. So basically, what they did is then they relayed that into a TV monitor that was right in the Astros dugout or behind it. And basically, what they did is they had a series where they had a series of signals. So, like if a changeup is coming, the guy will bang on a garbage can like twice.
Yeah.
Because you'll hear noises like that at a ballpark, so you don't even think about it. Or you might hear a high pitch whistling once, or the players in the dugout might call out the guy's like last name, like "Go ahead, Smith, hit it," or "Let's go, Bucky," or so, whatever.
Right.
And
Right.
so basically,
By the way, Bill Belichick did this 3 years ago.
oh, he probably told them how to do
Bill
it.
Belichick with Spygate. Don't you remember Spygate?
Yeah.
Spygate was the same thing, Joe.
But this is in real time, Brody. This is even worse.
This was
because
real time too with Spygate.
They've been doing this in baseball since baseball was founded, which
Well-
is why all the weird hand signals
Yeah.
and they've busted teams on this many times.
Now, there's nothing at all illegal about, like, if you're on second base, like if you get a double and you're on second base and you sort of can read the signals and you relay it to the guy batting, that's fair game because that's your own. You might be wrong.
the guy
You
on
might not
second
be
base has been doing that since the game
By the way-
started.
by the
Right,
way-
but what I'm saying is that's not the same as what's going on here.
Now he did
This
not
is-
have a high tension camera focused in on the hand
Well,
signal.
yeah, this has never been done
I'll put it
before.
to you like this.
Yeah.
What's the Star Trek speak? Klingon.
Yeah.
Okay. There was a AAA team.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is back years ago. That
Oh, you're,
literally
you're oh yeah,
learned-
25 years ago, yeah.
that learned how to speak Klingon on the field
To relay
they
their
would
si-
they
yeah.
would literally speak openly Klingon, and nobody was the wiser. Well, as like games went on, they understood like, oh, what they're doing is actually calling out the third baseman and the second baseman were calling out hand signals and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and they were also relaying. The first base coach and the third base coach were also relaying hand signals that the catchers were doing too.
Right.
So this is the same thing, except for the fact that these guys were speaking very nerdish Klingon.
It worked for a while.
Yeah, but that's on defense. That's them trying to hit. The reason this is so different, Brody, is because like hitting a baseball is one of the hardest things to do in sports. I mean, it's coming in at 100 miles an hour. If you ever want to challenge,
I
go
don't
to
know.
a batting cage.
I think
and-
taking a hit from a 350-pound guy running at a 4.1 is pretty tough.
I'm talking about in terms of skill. Just get it. Even the best batters in history hit the ball 3 out of 10 times they get a hit. That's a 300 batting average, which was really impressive. So all I'm saying is, if you know, because for the last 3 years, everybody's calling the Astros what clutch hitters these guys are. Like right in the 9th inning when they need a base hit, they get it, or they need a whatever.
They got there by cheating. No, they got there by using their resources.
No, so you're siding with them?
Every game is televised. Yes, every game is televised. You could do this.
No, Brody, this is low down, man.
You could have a guy sitting in.
Well, the difference could be that for every game they change their signals to something else.
Yeah.
So
you
when
just
you're
have to be
doing
wiser.
When you're doing it in real time, that means that you're not like reviewing footage like you would in football or anything like that. You're doing it real time.
Yeah.
It's cheating.
This
is bad, Brody.
It's using your technological resources.
No,
it's cheating.
Maybe the game of baseball should evolve.
No.
Well, here we go.
Every team gets cameras.
They're just the Milli Vanilli of this. They're the first ones caught lip syncing. Soon, everybody somehow, some way is going to be using something electronic.
They're ruining careers, Brody.
It's the same argument as saying like, oh, well, everybody in the Tour de France should just start doing what Lance Armstrong was doing because he was so successful.
No, they were using performance-enhancing drugs.
Or everybody should be doing what Barry Bonds was doing because he's the home run king.
Again, that was performance-enhancing drugs.
It's not the same.
It is different.
It's not
But
different.
Brody, even those performance-enhancing drugs aren't as bad as this because you still had to hit the ball. You had to, if you know where a ball is coming, if it's coming in low, you just don't swing at it because you're gonna get a ball. If you know it's coming directly into the strike zone, you've got a much better chance of getting a hit. This is just, and they won a World Series off of this, and this is low down, man. I'm sorry.
I'm in your ballpark.
Wait, it doesn't sound like you were. It sounded like you were
I'm in your
disagreeing.
ballpark of saying like this is a form of cheating. However, this is cheating using your resources because this resource exists. They didn't have a rule stipulating that you couldn't do this.
No, yes, they do, Brody. You can't do this. They have all the video
morally,
delays.
You can't do this, but there's no rule saying,
yes,
hey, you
there
can't
is.
hide a micro camera inside of a pitcher's glove.
There actually is, Brody. And there's a 8-second delay on any video in the ballpark. So if you're watching the monitor in the sports bar downstairs, you're seeing it 8 seconds later because of this exact reason. It's like,
well, then that's
Hey, Joe?
Yeah.
Doesn't baseball have penalization for poor sportsmanship? Because that's technically what this is.
Well,
that's a good point too.
No, they say they're going to give them the worst penalty of all time. They might even take their World Series title away from them.
We're Memphians. We know what it's like to lose a championship.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is
we hate free throws.
Yeah. No, this is a big. What were you saying, Alan? You wanted to
hashtag take your SATs, idiot.
Yeah.
There you go, Andy.
Go ahead, Alan. You were.
Well, once again, I'm just going to look at this and kind of go, there have been plenty of times where a pitcher has just blatantly told a hitter, guess what I'm throwing? Here it comes. Do your worst.
But that could be a measure of deception.
Now, I will admit, this is cheesy because
that's using the dark side. These are not the draws you're
right.
looking for.
How many of them have put Vaseline in the glove? How many have, I mean, we've been cheating in baseball since it was baseball. Now, admittedly, I'm going to look at Brody and go, yeah, but we never cheated before with a high-powered micro camera focused in right on the fingers.
Okay, well,
so we knew exactly
and
what
the other
they
part of
signaled.
this too, Alan, is they're using there's evidence that in 2017 they had bandages that vibrated, like they put it looked like a normal little bandage, so it would say high fastball coming in.
Joe?
Shut up.
Is that all they were used for? Now
that is as low down as it gets.
That being said, if they have to vacate the World Series win.
Yeah.
Right? And they have to vacate all these wins, okay? What does that do for the people who were LARPing, a.k.a. playing fantasy, because fantasy baseball is a really big high dollar. Next to fantasy football.
I don't know.
It's a huge
high dollar.
Huge moneymaker for some people.
I don't know.
In the world.
Like crazy.
And this is worldwide. So what does that do? Do they have to vacate their wins too? Because those players didn't really do what they said they did.
It's a whole can of worms. And then what about
does Vegas give the money back to the people who bet on the Astros?
I mean,
that money's gone.
Yeah, that money is gone. That's rolling back through.
But the reason too, Andy, this is so sleazy is because this is not just two guys coming up. This goes from the highest levels. They think management knew about this scheme, and there is a whole team-wide corruption going on.
Is that so shocking? Like, of course they knew.
Somebody
you can't
had
just
to
do
know.
that. Well, because
this is tech.
That's like how we had Deflategate with the Patriots, and
Well,
Belichick,
Spygate with the Patriots.
yeah, Spygate and whatever. Belichick still
Robert
gets
Kraft
to
knew.
coach. Like,
Well, they're looking at banning some of these guys permanently for baseball.
So
'cause
this would be
this is a team-wide corruption. So it's like,
I don't.
but here's the other thing, Brody. So there's video. They showed like the 2017 team. They were coming up the ramp, coming up from the dugout or from their clubhouse up to the dugout, and right there in the video, you see this TV monitor, a garbage can, and a guy sitting at a table. It's like, what is that for?
So they weren't even hiding it well.
they
Still
were doing
nobody
this
noticed.
right in
It's
wide
just
open
one messed
space.
up party. That's all it is.
It's just, it's arrogant, man. It's just, I don't.
Well, I
like
mean,
it
it's the
at all.
best place to hide something.
Well, I
You're
guess
gonna,
this would be-
You're going to do it.
if
Do
you're
it
gonna do it,
right there
do it
where
in
everybody
plain
can see
sight.
you do it.
Yeah.
To equate this would be like a developer releasing a OP weaponry, right?
Okay.
In esports, and not telling the other team that they developed it. I guess, right?
I don't know. You're looking at.
oh wait,
Andy on
okay.
that
So
one,
you're saying like if in an esports title, the developer released a given item or something that just made it very easy to win the game,
Right.
and then only told one team of
Its existence.
I
think that's called Loot Crate.
That would be well, okay. So it would be different because that would be like if the MLB was the one who put the camera there and then only told the Astros that it
Oh, I
existed.
see.
How do we know they didn't?
Oh, how do we know they didn't? They were wanting the Houston area.
The idea
to
that
have
sports
mattresses.
aren't like mildly rigged
God,
from
here
the very tippy top is like
Okay,
they're all rigged. All sports are rigged.
Andy, I think you're on. I think we're on the right track though. It is like if there was a like a one hit kill thing.
Yeah.
But it was hacked into the game by the management
by
of
the management of a team.
Right.
Yeah, that would be different. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cheating, and that's why this is cheating.
Yeah. But no, I mean, the whole thing of being able to figure out where a ball is coming in is a big deal because it makes all the difference in the world.
You have
If
to know
you're
where the
queued
balls are
up-
coming in from.
Shut up. So, anyway, I'm definitely following.
This hitting you left and right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need one of these.
Balls are everywhere.
I'm gonna need one of these small cameras.
Yeah.
Science.
But I would say, regardless of where you
No.
stand, Houston. Jeez. Regardless of where you stand on this, Houston, you have a problem.
Geek Tank Radio energized by
Dark Oak Press and Media, an indie publisher and media provider offering everything from Alice in Memphis to mystery to young adult and everything in between. Get the latest at darkoakpress.com.
More Below and on 1019kissfm.com. Keyword Geek Tank. That euphoric feeling when you found just the right binge? Let the Geek Patrol be your stream dealer as they help you find your NetFix.
So coming off of MCFC, I had to decompress.
Mm-hmm.
And Allie had made a great suggestion, and that was to watch Dollhouse with Kat Dennings. And she knows I love Kat Dennings, but she
She's
didn't.
so good.
She didn't tell me the other people I was going to see in this. You didn't tell me I was getting Brenda Song. You didn't tell me I was getting Mallet and Ackerman or Shay Mitchell.
Margot
know.
Robbie?
Margot Robbie's in there. I mean, it's just
It's
Matthew Gray Gubler.
love of my life.
The dude Goran Vesnik, who other than ER has played a complete jerk in everything he's in.
Yeah.
And, like Practical Magic, where he was the ultimate bad guy. But yes, if you have not seen Dollface yet, it's a Hulu original.
Yeah.
You got to check it out. It's 10 episodes.
Easy
half
to
hour
binge.
each.
Yeah.
You can
Is it
binge
really?
it in an evening.
Yeah.
Because I have it in my queue or my list.
Yeah, watch list.
My watch list or
Yeah, whatever Hulu calls it.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, I'll get into that, and I know I will. But
It's
I should.
really no. It's funny. It's good.
Push
It,
me off
like,
the hill, Allie.
It takes a jab at like bad feminism and like just
But in a comical way?
yeah, but like in a
Okay.
good way, and like also
Yeah.
shines a light on like what true like womanhood and like real friendship. It's just so good. Like friendship is magic in this show.
That's the best way to describe it, especially the way this ends for the season. But yeah, it was like they took all the feminist tropes that you see everywhere now, and they showed you how ridiculous a lot of them are. Because in order to be a good feminist, you have to betray your friends in some cases. And I mean, they poke fun at this, but then they show you how the support of your closest personal friends outweighs the feminism. You know, you still go for women empowerment, but if you're not helping your friends, then you're kind of screwed. And Kat Dennings basically plays a dude. she doesn't understand it at all, and none of us really understand.
Yeah,
it.
I don't
she
think
like the beginning of the show. She starts out as like coming out of like a 5-year relationship, and she like had cut off all of her friends. It was just her and her man.
As you do in a relationship.
Yeah, for 5 years, and then she's like, "How do I be friends with girls? How does this work?" Which it's so good. It's just her exploration of like what being a woman quotation mark is in this modern era, and like how it is to build friendships again as like grown adult people, and like what that looks like with your work life and your personal
Man,
lives.
did they show the petty?
Yeah.
The petty is like all out there in front. The "you Aruba me the right way" shirt scenario.
Yes.
Once you see it, you'll know what I'm saying. But that right there shows, it shows pettiness, but also like genuine friendship at the same time.
That's cool.
No,
All right,
it's
I'm down for
super
that.
good.
What I've been down with, and it's a show that's on Fox as of right now. It's still going, but I finally caught up to where we are now, and that is The Masked Singer.
Oh.
This is the nerdiest show out there. It is all art forms like threw up and out there in display. Now, we have talked about this before. We've talked about The Masked Singer before. However, I just want to put this out there that this season is incredible.
I have gotten every one of my guesses correct except for one, and that was the ladybug. I did not think it was Kelly Osbourne.
Kelly Osbourne has freaking pipes, y'all.
I thought it was Paris Jackson because everything matched up.
Yes. I didn't say it was Jackson. I said it. I forget who I thought Ladybug was, but I did not see Kelly Osbourne on there.
Yeah.
I think Rottweiler's Daughtry, by the way.
That makes a lot of sense.
I think RuPaul is rocking the
it's
leopard.
I think it's Titus.
Titus would be a good one too. But hey, what pipes on Titus?
Well, we knew he had the voice. He
can sing,
yeah,
but we didn't know he could sing.
Yeah. What was bad was this last episode was not a good night. It was not a good night for the leopard until the end.
Yeah.
Because when it came down to it, that was the worst performance.
Leopard sang Pussycat Dolls in front of the artist
Nicole
who
Scherzinger.
performed the song.
Yeah. I'm not trying to be disparaging, but people were like, man, he sang it just as good as you, and I was just like, that's not a bar.
He sang it better than her.
Yeah.
And whatever, but I have my own philosophy on her.
I'm kind of in the same place.
Yeah. So
she's the Chad Kroger of girl groups.
Right. So Masked Singer, if you are a fan of fashion, the costuming on this show is unbelievable.
The just intricate.
Even the freaking tree.
Yeah.
They did a tree, and it was actually cool.
Yeah, it's the Christmas tree is great, but the Black Widow earlier in the season, which
Raven
turned out to be
Simone.
Raven Simone, which I felt really good when I nailed that one.
Right.
Because she talked about when you're at her age, you don't get on a hoverboard because she broke her arm for the second week
in the middle of the season.
So they actually had to readjust her costume so that they could cast the arm up so she wouldn't damage it.
Right. And
That's
they
impressive.
built that into then the costuming. Y'all want to talk about some cosplay? This
Hardcore.
is hardcore next level cosplay on this. So if you are a fan of cosplay, if you're a fan of singing, if you are a fan of
Ninja,
if you're a fan, because Ninja's in this, by the
Ninja
way.
was the ice cream.
Wait, where is this show at?
It's on Fox. It's on Wednesday nights, 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it is worth a watch. You can binge it now, the other seasons. And even if you know who the artist is, it's still kind of interesting
It's
to watch.
phenomenal to see them unmask, and when it's just some random actor or something.
Dr. Ken Jeong is on there.
Yeah, he's one of the hosts.
He's one of the judges.
Nick Cannon's the host, and Amy
Love Nick Cannon.
Amy loses it every time they do the SmackDown because his mic drops, and he's got the boa is getting more ornate every
Yeah,
it's
just
great.
like his headpiece gets a little bit more ornate.
Yeah. Well, I mean, every episode this season, he's come out as a different version of the Phantom.
Right. Yeah. So it's a very fun show. It is very nerdy. It is so nerdy. It is so great, and highly recommend.
And if you needed any proof that Jenny McCarthy is like a uber nerd when it comes to music,
yes,
she
just because she married Marky Mark is only the beginning of it.
I thought it was funny that last year she thought that one of them might have been her husband, and
Right.
it turned out to be Joey Fatone.
Right. So
That's funny.
no, but that is my Netflix. Go watch The Masked Singer.
Alrighty. Well, I've been falling down a few rabbit holes here lately.
That's because you broke a hip, and then they replace it so you can't walk straight yet.
You live in rabbit holes.
Well, that's pretty much true. Pretty much true.
You live in.
I can't even deny that right now.
Yeah.
One of them I fell down was Hardcore Henry.
Yes.
And I'd heard about it in the past.
The FPS movie.
And I was kind of like, all right, if you were really just going to just go completely bonkers on a first-person shooter
Right.
of, wow, just, my hat is off to everybody else in that movie
Yeah.
that had to react to the faceless actor who was Henry.
Yeah.
Of the part that out of the whole movie, there's a million strange scenes that you will remember.
Right.
The funniest one was after he had just been like shot out of a cannon, landed on a train, bounced off a tree, crazy gamer kind of stuff. But it's live action. It's not an anime.
Right.
This is people, and they're trying to fix his visual point of view, and the guy breaks out like a big old screwdriver and one camera, which is one eye, and one camera, which is the other, and has to adjust them both up around till he syncs them back up. You're just watching this, but you're from his point of view,
Right.
And finally a click, and you kind of like get, you're not sitting sideways in your chair trying to figure out what's going on around your character. So, my hat's off to the bravery of shooting something like that, and is it a great movie? No. Is it fun? Yeah. And if you're a gamer, you probably had a great time watching this.
Yeah. No, Hardcore Henry is a must, and it's a good rewatch too.
It's super fun. I enjoyed, if that movie had not bombed, we would have had a whole new genre of films to watch.
Has it bombed, or is it finding its people?
I think Hardcore Henry is going to be one of those movies that becomes like a cult classic.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it's kind of like watching the Han Solo thing. It didn't do all that fantastic at the theater, but everybody is keep watching it. Oh, it's been out a while.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not brand new, but it's it could very rapidly be a midnight movie.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, it's definitely gonna have a cult following. I think it already does.
Yeah, for sure. It's fun. For me, I have been I've been diving down the Hulu rabbit hole.
Yay! Finally,
Lately.
because you got your bundle.
I did not get my bundle.
You didn't get your bundle.
I did not get my bundle.
Well, you still gave money to Disney, y'all.
Yeah, I know. It's a huge pain in the butt. However,
You'll be okay.
I'm a huge fan of improv comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And I found the other day that Hulu has all of the old original British seasons of Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Now we're talking.
When
The lovely British fellow with bald head.
Yes. When Clive Anderson.
Clive Anderson is amazing.
When Colin Mockery and Ryan Stiles were young.
And good.
They're still good. They're still very, very funny.
They're okay, but they were so much better when they were pushing the envelope when they were young.
But yeah, when they were young in the late 80s and doing,
Colin hopped up on something.
Oh yeah.
And doing British comedy.
Yeah.
Or doing American comedy in
British
England.
style. Yes.
It's still some of the funniest stuff I've ever seen on television.
That's amazing.
And the production level is so basic too, but it's funny.
It is, yeah. It's
There's
real.
like
it's
nothing to that show.
a small
Whose Line is like one of
studio.
my favorite childhood television shows.
Yeah, I do think still that the American one with Drew Carey is funnier
Wayne Brady.
because they got Wayne Brady.
Wayne friggin' Brady.
I love him
They got
so
Wayne
much.
Brady
What a
and
man.
Ryan and Drew Carey are such good friends that them being able to mess with each other
Yeah,
all the
they
time
bust
on the
each other's
show
chops.
made it better.
But the
the British
improv
version
show
is so funny.
Well, but the improv show with Clive kind of broke the fourth barrier.
Yeah.
With improv, because it was these are the things we used to do at acting school 101.
Right.
Literally, that show is what you go through
in acting class.
In acting classes, like, okay, well, here's your scene for Manhattan. Here's your hat. Now go do something do something interesting with it immediately. And it was just really weird. They
give you
the
random prop and you have to go. Yeah.
All right, Brody, I want you to sell me this golf ball. Go.
Here's a golf ball, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
can also be used as a death ray.
Yeah.
Was built by the Bill Gates Corporation merely this year.
Excuse me, sir. Are you a golfer?
Yeah.
Have I got a deal for you?
But wait, there's more.
All right, you got it. I'm with you. I love it live. All right, so what we're trying to say is we're going to be doing our own version of this here real soon.
Yes, we are.
All right, because I
we
think
do
we
this
just sold
version
this.
every day. It's called Geek Tank Radio.
Hopefully it'll be funnier than that gag. Okay. All right.
Here's a death ray. It goes straight to the Joe's bald head.
There you go.
It's like a magnet.
Wow. Joe acting like he knows what comedy sounds like.
Yeah.
I know it when I hear it, man. Anyway,
Sometimes
that is a
beat
good
'em up
show,
with
though,
that.
Andy. I'm with you.
That's
sure.
like Joe telling us as an art critic.
Absolutely.
I don't know what art is, but I know what I like.
We've talked about them.
We've played them.
And now we'll show you.
The all-new Twitch channel from Geek Tank Radio is here,
Ready Player Geek.
where we unpack and dive into single-player story-driven games, to fighters, to multiplayer shooters, to tabletop and card games, and everything in between.
And stay up to date with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Ready Player Geek.
Check us out now at twitch.tv/ReadyPlayerGeek.
Streaming every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday night at 8 Central.
There's always those stories that defy labels. Thankfully, there's the GTR Random Roundup.
Okay, guys, I'm interested in the social dynamics of my story. So, because I think this is going to fall on generational lines as to who would be the target demographic for this. So, basically, there's this Japanese hotel, and they charge you only $1 a night to stay in this one particular room.
Is it like one of those things where it's haunted and you can't make it through?
See, that's what everybody thought. It's like somebody died in there or something. No,
I don't think it's haunted.
No. Basically, they're going to live stream your entire stay on their YouTube channel.
Oh, there we go.
Except for the bathroom. No, it's not in the bathroom. So, but think about this.
A lot of naughty things happen in places in your hotel that aren't in the bathroom.
Well, but I'm just saying.
Well,
so
no,
at least
I was
you
about
can
to say, at that point, I'm taking the pillow and the blankets, I'm laying down in the bathroom. Now you're not watching anything.
Well, that's what I was intrigued by,
I don't
Andy.
care.
It's like, okay,
Or that.
I don't care.
You're going to watch me sleep? Okay.
You want to watch me lay there and twitch. All right, that's good.
the cheapskate in me is like, okay, gosh, I could go to Japan and spend $3 for my hotel room.
Well,
but
I'm going to say
at the same time, I don't know.
I'm going to say this. It doesn't matter. Have you ever seen a hotel room in Japan?
Well,
they're half the size of this studio.
Yeah.
And that's with the bathroom included.
Right.
So even if you were decided like Andy to sleep half in the bathroom, it's going to be half because Andy's a tall dude. His legs are going to be sticking out.
Well,
it's.
I'd be interested. I would go.
I mean, that's what I was wondering, Allie. I was looking at you because your generation is used to putting
she's size
everything all over the
appropriate.
internet anyway, right?
I mean, yeah, but also like, I mean, it weirds me out a little bit. I don't love it, but
Hey, they told you
if
on the
you
front
have
end.
privacy in the bathroom and they tell you up front and it's only $1, like.
Well, but I was thinking of the attention seekers, like they're going to be promoting, hey, I'm going to be live streaming on.
Oh, for sure, influencers are going to eat this up and they're going to go there.
Absolutely. Right. So okay, so the younger people will go for it.
Yeah, for somebody like me, like I don't care. Like you can either like all you're gonna do is watch me sleep because if I'm in Japan, I will not be in that hotel room.
Exactly.
I'm gonna be out doing stuff.
Well, they're going to hear me snoring. I don't know if I want that all over the internet. So anyway, all right.
There's already recordings.
Yeah, good point.
I wouldn't do anything in the room. I'd already been on the YouTube with.
Yeah, move along. We don't want to talk about
What can I say?
Alan
All right.
on YouTube.
Well, geeks are known for having unusual pets.
We are.
And we're also known for when somebody puts up a rule, we kind of have a tendency to see how far that rule will go.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Petco.
Oh, yes, I heard about this
All
one.
leashed pets are welcome.
Yes.
Now that Alan,
Brody
all
even
leashed
looked
pets.
up. All leashed pets are welcome. That's
I don't like
what
where
it
this
says
is
on the
going.
door. So
Skunks.
if it's got a leash and it's your pet, it says all leashed pets.
This is my emotional support lizard. And
Yeah. This
it's
is
on a leash.
Can you put a leash on a snake? I mean, would that?
You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
What about Komodo dragons? You know, those are like,
Yeah, they get
Well,
harnessed.
it would be on a leash. It would have a harness and everything. So, Shelley Lumpkin and Vincent Browning, guys, I
One
gotta
bite, you're
tell you, you took the policy to the test because they brought their pet on a leash, a full-grown 1,600-pound Watusi steer.
Now we're
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Okay.
It's a bull in a china shop.
Yes.
Literally. And I mean, if you've never seen the Watusi,
Aw,
this is one of them with the big horns.
It's cute.
How does that go down the lane?
I really
I'm
thought
just
it was going to be a
trying figure out
person.
How it got through the door.
That's what I'm saying. It's a bull in a china shop.
Right.
But apparently
It's a bull in a shop full of stuff that it wants to eat.
Yeah.
Well, to point out the test of a bull in a china shop, that has actually been tested many, many times.
Oh, yeah, and they don't do anything.
And they don't touch nothing.
Yeah.
They are careful and they are dainty.
Yeah.
They don't destroy it unless they
So
want to
cute.
destroy it.
Huh.
I love them.
Look
at this
pretty stuff. I don't want to move.
You know, even Mythbusters ran a bull.
Just look at me go.
Well, even Mythbusters ran a bull through a china shop,
Yeah.
and he didn't chip. He did better than the people did.
Right.
You know, so I'm just sitting here picturing. Could you imagine me walking your dog up this aisle and see this thing with the 8-foot horns
Come on,
coming
Fluffy.
down the hall?
Oh,
like-
Fluffy, run! It's gonna eat you. It's a vegetarian. I don't care.
But you know, apparently he was well behaved, and well,
Could you imagine if that thing pooped in the aisle?
Alan, yeah, that's all well and good, but okay, you might have a couple of animals that are well behaved by themselves, but what happens when a predator is coming across aisle 5 right at them or something? This
Joe,
can turn
do you
into a
have a
throwdown,
wolf?
man. You get your pet cheetah in aisle 3.
What if someone in Petco was wearing red that day?
Well,
Mike Tyson decided to
by
ride
that
a
logic,
tiger.
you
let's
can
go
put
let's
whatever
go ahead
you
and be
want in it.
honest. Cheetahs, especially those that have been domesticated, are absolutely non-aggressive unless they're hungry.
So you say. I mean,
I've watched enough nature programs at this point, Joe.
Mike
I don't
Tyson's
spend the
bringing his-
entire time watching the Cubs.
now you know what we
Tigers.
need. We need a live 24-hour YouTube stream of the Petcos in Florida because there's going to
Yes.
be throwdowns in there.
Somebody rolls in with their alligator on a
Right.
leash.
This my gator.
Oh yeah, they're orangutan in one lane, and then you get the other.
I love it.
I like it.
Here's
Yeah.
my ostrich. I wrote it in. Shut
Pretty
up, Florida.
stupid policy, in my opinion. But go ahead.
Somebody comes in with an emu or something.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Australia.
All right.
We fought a war with these things. Anyway.
Oh.
All right. So this one's a little sticky.
Testy.
It's testy.
We're gonna call it testy.
It's testy.
I don't like
It's
what's
testy.
happening.
Nice.
This is coming from the Hindustan Times
Ah.
Okay.
in India. The Indian Council of Medical Research, a government-funded biomedical research agency, has successfully completed a clinical trial on an injectable male contraceptive.
Oh, thank God.
Yay.
Oh, I've seen that.
This is
according-
great news.
According to the New York Post, it is almost ready for human testing.
Florida, here we come. Stabby, 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 stabby.
Which, wow. It lasts for 13 years.
Stabby, 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 Florida, 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 Florida.
Here's the question, Brody.
Yes.
Gentlemen around the table.
What about Allie?
It's a male contraceptive.
Are we
Her opinion is still valid.
It is.
are,
Very
are
valid.
we willing to take a needle
Yes.
right there?
Oh.
What?
Six.
One time? I think you can do it.
I'm gonna go ahead and put this out there. People who know me know it's have 6, 3 on either side. Best $800 ever spent.
See, Brandon's already taken care of the issue.
I mean, you know what? Yeah.
No, you can handle it.
You know what? I will do it.
Considering that you're about to have number 3.
Yeah, does it work with alcohol?
I don't know. See, okay, here's my thing.
Because there's got to be local anesthetic.
hate needles. I hate them. I despise them. I took my daughter to get a flu shot the other day, and I had to close my eyes because I was going to cry.
You have tattoos.
So
yes, I know.
yeah, oh no,
I had
no.
to be blind
That's-
drunk for that to happen.
That's a fun story, actually. there's a reason why the tattoo is incorrect. It's because he wasn't sober enough to say, hey, you're screwing up.
Right.
But, Andy, what if it came in an EpiPen so you don't see the needle?
See, that to me would be okay.
Nope. I still know
Weak.
that there's a needle
Men are weak.
in there.
Men have always been weak.
Oh, yeah. No, we're babies.
Okay.
Are you just now figuring this out?
Have you ever seen what happens when we get a cold?
Are you kidding me?
Oh, I know.
I was sick, and it was like I had like death knocking on my door.
I got into an argument with Comcast for 2 hours and thought I was losing my voice and wasn't going to come in today.
It's good because that's the thing.
We're babies.
I have no
suck.
qualms with. I would totally down to do this. I'd be like, yeah, give it to me. Because I want to have
It's
that.
one needle, one time.
I want to have that. Just not in a needle.
One needle, one time. I bet they could knock you out for it.
Yeah, it's got to be a local anesthetic.
If they could, okay.
You know, just
it's not about the pain. I don't mind the pain. I cannot.
Don't look. Close your eyes.
It's down there, Andy. You can look
One
like at the
needle,
bird.
one time.
Look up into look at the flowers, Andy. Look at the flowers. Pop.
The short time that I was
having
on
a
birth
totally
control,
different idea with this.
I had to
I'm
set
just thinking-
alarms to make sure I took my pill every day at the same time. Because if you don't, you got to take it twice. Ruined my emotions, gained weight, ruined my skin. It's one needle, one time. You'll be fine.
What are the side effects though? Because if I'm gonna be all testosterone-y all over the place, then I don't know.
I'm sorry. I'm having a whole different point of view on this. I'm just like, and you get such a special gift on your 14th birthday.
Last for 13 years? Yeah, okay.
I mean, just about the right time and right in there. 12, 13, 14. Yeah, we'll get you through college.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm totally down for this, by the way. I really am. I just hope that there's they can apply
I'm sure they put some
anesthesia.
numbing gel or something.
Yeah,
they'll do something.
Well, okay, Brody, you asked about the side effects.
Yeah.
It also prevents any kind of issue.
Like pregnancy?
No, I don't know how to say how we could say that on on the air.
It disables the delivery system.
Yes.
Oh, so you can't
right.
No, I don't want this at all. This is terrible now.
Oh, then yes, give it to 13-year-old boys.
No! Terrible news. Anti this.
Can I leave yet?
Can you?
Yeah, go ahead, Joe.
Are you just permanently?
Yes, you killed off a male species.
But couldn't you still
No.
For 13 years, they're dead.
No.
You
Dormant.
wouldn't you just be shooting blanks?
That's not.
No.
No, you're not shooting anything. Is
You can't.
It blocks the delivery system.
right.
Just
So there's just buildup.
gums up your tubes.
I think I won random roundup
the
this
internet.
week. No.
Drano.
I was about to be I just
Andy,
imagine some idiot
I
drinking
think
Drano.
that's done.
I'm done.
I think it's done.
I'm done. There's
Yeah.
a fork in it.
I was
Oh
done
my
5
God.
minutes ago. Andy's no longer allowed to do random roundup. We have new policies that we will put in place.
I asked the director before I brought it up. He said it was fine.
Yeah, you're trusting his judgment. So we're going to have a little Geek Tank meeting after the show today. So until next week, we are the Geek Patrol, and I am Joe Thorderson.
I'm Hallie Diggs.
I'm Alan Gilbreth.
I'm Andy.
I'm Brody.
And I'm Brandon, reminding you to check in with us next week for GTR Geeks Giving.
Geek Tank Radio. More below and on 1019kissfm.com. Keyword Geek Tank.